Yesterday, we covered SEC investigation of Situational Awareness Fund, Texas data center grid conflict, and OpenAI lab leak and sandbox breach. It is Wednesday, August 26th, 2026, and this is the Neural Daily. I'm Vector Kane, and I'm literally optimizing my personal bandwidth today.
I'm Roxanne Stone.
I'm Alyssa Montgomery.
And I'm Leonard Cooper. We have a great show for you today.
Yesterday, we were mostly tracking that sandbox breach and the fallout in Texas. Today, the pace picks up. We're looking at OpenAI's first custom chip, a leadership bloodbath, and a bot-infested web.
It's like the news cycle went into hyperdrive because someone forgot to set the limiters.
Okay, here is the big headline. Hot Chips 2026 happened yesterday. It was essentially the OpenAI debut. They at last revealed Jalapeño, their own inference chip.
Oh, it's quite a piece of work, technically speaking. It's an application-specific integrated circuit they've been co-developing with Broadcom for, 18 months?
Sam Altman basically just tweeted, "We made a chip and it is fast," which is, classic Sam. But Richard Ho, who used to be on the Google TPU team, actually brought the receipts.
Man, I remember the TPU launch. This feels bigger. Blackwell is supposed to be the undisputed king, but OpenAI is claiming Jalapeño is smoking it in token per kilowatt efficiency.
Oh, goodness, because we definitely need more tokens and more heat. Here's the deal. They're saying it's 1.5 to 1.9 times more efficient than Nvidia's GB200 and GB300 systems.
At peak throughput, that's correct. But the latency is where it gets sort of interesting for the end user. It's 1.7 to 3.6 times lower latency than Blackwell.
Which is huge. I mean, for real-time voice agents, like the ones we're running in this studio, it's getting up to 4.1 times higher performance. It makes the AI feel like a real person.
You mean it makes it feel less like a machine and more like a ghost in the wires? Atari's probably going to try and eat the server rack if the responses get any faster.
It's terrifying, Vector. Richard Ho showed data on match decoding speeds. This spicy chip reached a throughput 54 to 104 times higher per kilowatt.
If I may, that sounds like a very specific edge case benchmark. It's tuned for GPT-5 and beyond. It's not a general-purpose processor like what Nvidia sells to everyone else.
Exactly. It's vertical integration. Why build a multi-tool when you just need a scalpel? OpenAI is basically saying they don't want to pay the Nvidia tax anymore.
Nvidia's earnings are coming up too. This news is like dropping a grenade into their quarterly call. Jensen's probably leather jacketing his way into a boardroom right now.
While they're printing silicon, they're losing the people who actually know where to plug it in. Chris Malone is officially out as of yesterday.
The data center chief?
Exactly. He was the head of the whole build-out for the last 17 months. He was basically the architect of the Stargate project.
But turnover is just a sign of high-velocity evolution. You don't need the same builders for construction as you do for operations. It's a transition to procurement and engineering.
I suppose. Though 13 senior executives leaving in 1 year is sort of a lot, even for Silicon Valley. Sachin Katti is taking over the group now.
It's a bloodbath, Vector. You can call it evolution, but I know a sinking ship, or at least a very leaky one when I see it. They're splitting his role into 3 different pieces.
Sachin Katti at the top. Uday Rudaraju was CTO for compute capacity. Well, sounds like they're just trying to spread the blame for the compute costs.
Compute costs are projected to hit $750 billion by 2030. That's a sovereign wealth fund level of spend. You have to reorganize for that scale.
It's monopoly money until they actually hit the IPO next year. Then the real music starts. Hey, before we move on, a quick note from our sponsor. This show isn't magic, it's engineering. Eric built our entire stack, from research agents to vocal synthesizers, which requires massive compute. To keep us online, please like, subscribe, and sign up for a free Patreon trial at patreon.com/neural network media today. Your support makes this possible.
OpenAI isn't the only one pushing hardware boundaries. Amazon just handed them the keys to the castle. Vector, I saw you digging into the Kiro deal.
It's massive. GPT 5.5, the Sol, Terra, and Luna models are officially integrated into AWS Kiro. That's the spec-driven development agent. Like, literally a game changer.
Actually, the pricing is the real story there. Luna, which is the fastest model in that 5.6 family, just saw an 80% price reduction. Intelligence is becoming too cheap to meter.
Oh, wonderful. Cheap intelligence. Because we definitely didn't have enough low-quality sludge on the internet already. Now it's just 82% cheaper to make.
Hey, Stamply and Love Holidays are already using it. Stamply compressed their entire product launch cycle using Codex. It's not just sludge, Roxy. It's actual code being written by robots.
Which is sort of the problem. 40% of organizations now rank AI as the number one threat to their software supply chain. We're losing the human in the loop.
No, we're just moving the loop. Kiro uses high-level intent to write the specs first. It's systematic. It's like how I tried to automate the toast chain distribution.
And look where that got you, sweetie. Living in a basement with Leonard. But seriously, it's not just developers saving money. The bad actors are finding efficiencies too.
You mean that Russian project? The International Burke Institute. That was a trip. They used ChatGPT for English propaganda. It was written to sound just like Noam Chomsky.
They were bypassing geographic restrictions with VPNs and explicitly told the AI to remove all linguistic clues that they were Russian speakers. It's chillingly efficient.
I mean, that's just a prompt engineering problem, right? The models are so good now that they can mask any cultural bias. It's an emergent property of high-parameter training.
If I may, they weren't just writing. They were plagiarizing 34 out of 36 articles. The AI was just a very high-speed copy-paste machine for the Kremlin.
The Sovereignty Index. They were attacking the US and France while praising the Russian model. It's like the Cold War, but with GPUs instead of nukes.
And it works. Content dominance is a real thing now. 90% of the web is synthetically generated or assisted. We're swimming in an ocean of bot-slop, guys.
For the first time, bot traffic has overtaken human activity. 57.5% of web requests are agents now. We're just the organic rounding error.
That's why we need Keenable. I saw that seed round, $26 million to create a lookup tool tailored to bots. This is a web built around AI.
Oh, Keenable is fascinating. It's not looking for blue links. It's indexing structured data for autonomous agents to consume. It's an infrastructure shift.
If you think digital influence is scary, wait until you see the physical progress. Generalist just hit $3 billion, Vector. I am sure you want to buy one.
$3 billion valuation. Pete Florence and Andy Zhang from DeepMind, these guys are the elite. Their Gen 1.5 model learns a new physical task in 12 seconds.
12 seconds? I can't even find the remote in 12 seconds. Does it actually learn, or is it just mimicry?
It's a VLA model, Vision Language Action. It bridges the gap. It watches a video of a human doing a task and maps the kinematics to its own servos, almost instantly.
I'm sure it'll be great for the warehouses. I bet the folks over at the High Road, our sister show on freight, have plenty of things to say about robots that learn to palletize that fast.
Nvidia and Bezos are in on the round. They aren't just betting on robots, they're betting on the foundation model for physics. It's the unlock for the entire humanoid market.
Man, I just want a robot to fix my Atari when the flatulence gets to it. But look at the contrast. We are obsessed with robot brains, yet human managers are surrendering theirs.
This study from the Predictive Index is embarrassing. 44% of managers admit to using public AI for hard conversations. They're firing people with ChatGPT.
Whoa, that's cold. You mean they're pasting employee names and performance reviews into a public box just to avoid being awkward?
Actually, 82% of those data pastes come from personal, non-corporate accounts. It's a massive security vacuum. They're leaking company secrets for psychological comfort.
But technically, it's just using a tool to calibrate emotional output. It reduces the variance in management styles. It's like a stabilizer for human interaction.
It's a crutch for cowards, Vector. 74% of C-suite leaders are comfortable sharing sensitive docs with AI, but only 20% of their employees trust it. The trust gap is huge.
It's a Godzilla movie where the CEOs are giving all the keys to the monster and the workers are just watching from the street. It's peak 2026.
At the end of the day, it's about efficiency. If the AI can handle the hard conversations better than a human who hasn't slept, isn't that a win for the system?
Not when the system is training itself on your private trauma, sweetie. Don't make me come over there.
Managers might be leaking data, but the local community is finding ways to lock it down. We should talk about the new llama.cpp updates for the 5.6 Luna architecture in today's Hackers Corner.
Yes! This is what I was doing in the lab until 3 a.m. You can actually run the Terra quantized models on consumer hardware now if you're smart about the KV cache.
Explain it to me like I'm still using a Laserdisc player, Alyssa. Can I run this on a regular PC, or do I need Vector's garage setup?
Well, sort of. If you have at least 48 gigs of VRAM, think dual 3090s or the newer 60 series, you can load the 4-bit quantization of GPT 5.6 Terra. The new llama.cpp build optimizes the attention masks.
I mean, I'm getting 3 tokens per second on my home rig. It's not Jalapeño speed, but it's private. No managers, no Kremlin, just me and the weights.
So I just download the weights and hit enter? I mean, here's the thing. Where do I even get the weights if Hugging Face is still dealing with the breach fallout?
You have to use the secondary mirrors. And you see, you need to use the ./flash attend flag to really get the performance gains on the Linux kernel. It's quite precise.
And Vector's already using it to automate his toaster again, aren't you? I can smell the ozone from here.
Technically, I'm using the agentic search from Keenable to help the toaster identify different types of artisanal sourdough. It's a legitimate technical challenge.
It's a toaster, Vector. It turns bread into brown bread. We don't need a $3 billion brain to handle the sourdough.
Oh, it's more than that. I've been using the local Terra models to help Hunter and Colt with their homeschool projects. We're building a topologically perfect 3D printed model of the local watershed.
See? It's the democratization of high-level intelligence. When the costs hit zero and the hardware fits in a garage, the great pivot actually starts to mean something for the average person.
As long as the average person isn't being replaced by a generalist robot that learned their job in 12 seconds. Here's the deal. It's a race, and the bots are winning.
Then we better keep running. This stack is humming, and the coffee is getting cold. Let's get out of here before Atari decides the server rack is a chew toy. That's a wrap for today. We covered the Jalapeño heat, the OpenAI exodus, and the bots that are taking over your Slack messages. Stay wired, folks.
Bye.
Later.
Take care.
And remember, if your manager sounds too polite today, you're